Hello and welcome to video to recap what we have learned for normalizing the datasets. I would like to reiterate here that if you have an appropriate data model developed during the planning phase itself, then later on you would not face lot of problems when you are start using DAX and start performing data analytics and visualizations. Data models are base of all of this analytics, and normalized dataset is thus one of the important aspect of these data models. So with that, let us recap about 3 rules of normalizing the datasets. The first rule of normalizing the dataset tells us that there should be only one single value in any column and there should not be any repeating groups. It means that in any cell inside a column, it should not contain multiple values separated by comma or any other delimiter, or storing values in multiple columns in same row are not allowed. These values should be kept in separate rows or create a separate tables for it. Now, once you have complied with this first rule of normalization, then move on to the second rule of normalization. Requirement of this second rule is that if we have a composite primary key, then values in other fields should be dependent on the entire value of composite primary key. In other words, values in other fields should not be determined using only partial values of composite primary keys. If there are any such values, you would need to keep those fields in a separate table. Finally, once you have satisfied with the requirements of first and second normal form, then you can move on to the third normal form. This form simply states that values in non-key fields should not be dependent on each other. If there are any such values, then you should move those values into a separate table. So I hope it is now clear to you what are the requirements of all 3 normal rules of normalization. These are 3 basic requirements, and whenever you are normalizing any data sets. However, keep in mind that these are not mandatory to be applied on each of the data sets. There might be few situations in which you may not be able to comply with all of these 3 requirements. It all depends on your experience, performance requirements, processing capacity, and etc. However, whenever you are planning to apply these rules, then in such situation, you should follow the order of these rules: first, second, and third normal form. It can't happen that you can comply with the first and third but not with the second. In such situations, you will be able to comply only with the first and not with the second and third rule. So that is it from my side, guys, for this normalization rules. See you in next video.